So today you're working on the distributive property, combining like terms, and evaluating expressions. So we're going to have a lot of steps to do, but it's all doable. You guys can do all of this. So to remember, we have this little cheat sheet at the top. So we're going to distribute first. If there's anything in parentheses, we're going to say hi to everyone at the party, or, you know, we're putting the animal in the cage, and when they're in there, they're going to multiply. So the second part will be moving things around, which is the commutative property. We're going to put the like signs together, you know, the like terms or variables. And then we're going to combine them by simplifying the combining like terms, so CLT. Then we're going to evaluate. So we're going to plug it in, work it out. We got this. The first one is the expression 3 in parentheses x plus y plus 2x. So the very first thing they did was distribute. This is the example. You're going to put that 3 in the cage with them. 3 saying hi to everyone at the party. So we end up with 3x plus 3y. And then that plus 2x just hangs out right there. The next step is we're going to move stuff around. Look at that. That 2x is now next to the 3x. So I can rewrite this and move these guys next to each other. Okay? You're going to get to the point where you don't really have to move things around, but for this worksheet, it's helping us get our brains around the thought of we got to get our x's combined together. So combine like terms, CLT, we circle, we see that 3x combined with another 2x, they're both positive, gives us 5x. Then this 3y is just hanging out. Okay, the next layer of fun is it wants us to evaluate. So it says x is equal to 2, so I'm going to rewrite this like this, and y is equal to 3. We can do this, and you all can use your calculators. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 times 3 is 9, so we end up with 19. Okay, that's solving the expression. Our next problem is 3x plus, and then 2 times, in parentheses, 4x minus 6. So the first thing I'm going to do is distribute. And I know we have it in the box over here, but I really like to write it right underneath. 2 times 4x is 8x minus 2 times negative 6 gives me a negative 12. Okay, I'm going to rewrite it over here in the distributive box. And then we have 8x minus 12. Do I really need to move anything around? Not really. They're already, you know, kind of clumped together. So now we're going to combine like terms. I'm going to go ahead and circle. I have 3x combined with an 8x, and that puts me at 11x minus 12. In the fun part, we have to evaluate. It tells us x is equal to 2. So right below it, I'm going to just rewrite it right here. Following order of operations, I multiply first. 11 times 2 is 22 minus 12. We see that our 1's, 2 minus 2 is 0. 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay, we end up with 10. Let's work this next bad boy. See, I didn't put anything here. That's okay, guys. As long as we are following where we're distributing, we're combining like terms, and then we're plugging it in to solve. That's what matters. We've got 9 minus, and then we have 2x minus 3. Now this one is quite tricky, because technically this is a negative 1 hanging out here. You see that? So we're really distributing. Am I on the screen? There we go. Sorry, guys. So we have negative 1 times 2x. That 9 just stays there. We end up with negative 2x. Negative 1 times negative 3 is positive 3 plus y. Okay, this one is some big fun. Big fun, I tell you. So we distributed it out. 9 minus 2x plus 3 It's wanting us to move stuff around. I'm thinking I'd like to. I see these numbers, and I should probably put the numbers with each other. So, can I do that? Well, I have a 9 and a positive 3, and then I have a negative 2x and a positive y. See, this sign stays with this. It stays with it. It's not 9 minus 3. This 3 is a positive. The sign stays with it. So always keep your sign with whatever you got working with right there. Okay, now I can't combine x's and y's, they're two different things, but I can do 9 plus 3, which is 12. So we're going to say 12 minus 2x plus y. Our fun part, we're going to plug in our 2 for x. So I have 12 minus 2, or, minus 2 here times 2 plus 3. Got to think back to PEMDAS. So what step will I do next? Please excuse my ignorance. I need to multiply. 12 minus 4 plus 3. Whenever I have a subtraction and addition, I just work it out like I'm reading from left to right. 12 minus 4, that's 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. Okay. I'm going to leave this one for you to do, but I will give you a hint. You need to distribute this guy first. Okay? Down here, is there anything to distribute? No. But, oh my cow, look, they want you to evaluate where y is equal to 2 and 1/4. So you need to think about, do you want this to look like a fraction, a top-heavy fraction, or would you like this to look like a decimal? Because we can use our calculator. Think about it, 2 1/4. 1/4 is a quarter. So if I wrote this like money, 2 1/4, right? 25 cents. There's your hint. Let's look at some hints for the next page. Don't be scared of this. You guys got this. This just means to divide. You know to distribute first. Okay, you're going to distribute. After you distribute that out, you'll just divide each chunk, each term with 2. Then you're going to plug in, remember x is equal to negative 2. This guy, you got this. You got to plug in 6 for x. Remember, you're multiplying. This is multiplication and it's that close to it. Down here, oh yep, you got to distribute. Got to distribute first, then divide. Then you're going to plug in y is equal to 1. Okay, remember when we talked about multiplying by fraction? Really, we're trying to see how many fourths. We need 1/4. If I cut this into 4 pieces, what would 1/4 be? So technically, when I'm multiplying by a fraction, I'm dividing by its denominator. So really, when you distribute this out, you're really dividing by 4. When you distribute this out, you're dividing by 4. Work that out first. Okay? Remember, cross, simplify, reduce it down, simplify it. Then you're evaluating when x is equal to negative 3. This one, don't be freaked out, it's fractions. It's multiplying. You're going to plug in negative 3 for x. Use your calculator. Multiply these two first. Then do your subtracting. Here, the bottom, what do you think you're going to do? You see that negative sign hanging out there? It's just like a negative 1. I want you to distribute it out first. Okay? You got this. Now, this sheet printed out with a third one. So it wants you to evaluate this when x is equal to 3. So you're going to need to address this fraction. You could put it using the ABC fraction button in your calculator. Just put this fraction in, plug in for 3, multiply by 3, and then add 10. You could turn it into a top-heavy fraction. You could turn it into a decimal. Those are your choices. Okay, when you have completed this sheet, it should take you 2 class periods to finish this. So on Thursday, you're going to turn it in. Okay? Be good.